Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I am sharing one of my all-time favorite fall DIYs that I've ever put on my channel. I just love it so much and I know you guys are going to love it, so I'm super excited. I singled it out so I could take my time and walk you through how I put this together. I just thought it was adorable, so couldn't wait to share it with you all. It was one of those projects that after you work so hard on it and like you stare at it so long to just make sure that you just get it right, and then after you're done you just want to set it up and stare at it and never look away. So I'm super excited. I hope you feel the same, but let's go ahead and jump on into this video. Make sure you give me a big thumbs up and make sure you are subscribed. To jump on into this project, I did need a backing for this because I'm going to be piecing some little pumpkins in the wagon. So for the backing, I'm using 2 of these leftover summer signs from Dollar Tree. I go ahead and remove the back label because I will be painting on the back of these signs. So I do glue these giant popsicle sticks. I picked these up from Walmart. I do glue these technically on the front of the signs, but I will be flipping it over to make the wall art on this side. But for this project, I go ahead and use some Dollar Tree spackling to fill in those holes that I took the hangers out of, as well as just pushing a small amount in the center where these 2 signs meet. And then I'm going in with some of my white Waverly chalk paint. I love using chalk paint. I just feel like you get a ton of more coverage rather than using acrylic paint. And then I also feel like it distresses really nicely and it dries super fast. So I go ahead and add a couple of coats on there. I just left this plain for now, but I do go back and distress it a little bit later on. But for the shape of the wagon, I'm using one of these little dream signs. I picked this up at Dollar Tree and they are just the perfect size to turn horizontally and place as the wagon. You can definitely feel free to fill in the holes, which is what I should have done. I was just super excited and completely forgot about this part, but I did take my scissors and trim off the sharp corners so it did look more like a little rounded wagon. I am using this brown color in the burnt umber, just apple barrel acrylic paint. I go ahead and paint over the wagon. I didn't worry about painting it perfect because I do want it to look a little bit distressed. And I always forget this part whenever I am painting, but I like to add less paint so I don't have to sand as much. And then this is the part where I go in and distress my sign a little bit. I feel like it just gives it more texture in the background and makes it look more nice and put together. You can tell I didn't get it even, so I just try to go back and make sure that I darken it up in the areas that look lighter, and then I did take a piece of sandpaper and distress all over it, and it just blends it in and lightens up the darker spots. I added a couple of the little wooden blocks behind the sign so that it would pop off of that backing and give me space to put little pumpkins in the back. And then for the wheels, I'm using these 2 jar lids that I picked up at Dollar Tree that have this little flower pattern on top. These are perfect to put florals down in, but these were also perfect to just flip upside down and make the perfect little wheels for my wagon. I thought that design in there just went perfect for this, and they really did look like little wheels rather than using a plain little round jar lid. I did want to distress them though, so I used my elephant colored chalk paint to just like dab it all over to really shine down the metal. And then using my Blessed Word from Hobby Lobby, I just went ahead and left the natural wood color as well as this dowel rod and another one of the tower blocks. I thought that would be so cute just to leave it the same color. I love the natural wood mixed with the dark woods. Everyone seems like they are mixing a ton of different patterns and colors, and it just looks so beautiful together. These are the different style pumpkins that I decided to go for. The larger one was on this little football ribbon piece, and then I used one of the little paintable create your own ornaments pumpkins from Dollar Tree. After messing around with it for a little bit, I decided to just do the 3 pumpkins. So for the 2 larger ones that's going to be in the back, that's going to add the most color in, I went with this moss colored green. I love using this green color for fall. It is so gorgeous and looks so beautiful. Even if you wanted to add some orange pumpkins in this wagon, it would be really pretty. I'm just going to keep it the Farmhouse fall look to it and keep it neutral colors, but I really do think that orange would look really pretty in this. So for the 2 large pumpkins, I paint them green, and then for this small little white one, or for this small little plain wood one, I go ahead and paint it white. I did forget to fill in that little hole at the top, so I did take a second to do that before finish painting it. Whenever shading pumpkins, I have learned that I love to take the original color and then mix in some brown color. This is that same burnt umber I used for the wagon itself, and just brush that in, and it gives it more of a monotone, like it's supposed to be, darkened and shadows with the same color mixed in. This is a little darker than I would have done, but that's okay. I know these are going to go in the back and kind of get some extra detail added. I did dip it in a little bit more brown paint to do the stem, and then for the white, I did the same thing using some white paint and a little bit of this brown. I just tried to make the shapes of the pumpkins going in the same direction. I love how that wagon is raised up off of the back so that I am able to tuck down in those pumpkins. I just laid them where I wanted them and then just kind of tucked in the glue behind them, so I didn't have to shift everything around, and then go ahead and tack down all of the little details so that whenever I am just adding the finishing touches on there, everything will be nice and in its place. I just hot glued down everything, but I would recommend adding something else for those metal wheels, because I feel like hot glue might let them pop off a little bit easier than I'd like them to. I made the little handle and glued that in place, and then it, like how it is raised off the back, will give me extra space to add in like leaves and berries. These are actually the little neutral floral picks that Dollar Tree put out at the beginning of fall. I was only able to find a few of them, but Walmart also has neutral florals if you are looking for some more to purchase. And then to add just a little bit extra detail and the lighter color to pop off, because I think this works really well with that natural wood, I'm using some of this raffia from Dollar Tree, and I tied some super cute easy little bows to add to the top for extra detail. It almost looks like the little hay that would be at a pumpkin patch, so I thought it worked really well in there. And then just to add that extra detail so that the top and the bottom is just not plain white, I wrapped it in a few strands of this jute twine and secured it with hot glue in the back. But this is how it looks all put together. It is, like I said, definitely one of my all-time favorite DIYs. I think it is so beautiful, and I think this would be such a fun project to make really big and display above my fireplace. How fun would that be if I could make a larger version of this? But turned out super cute, and I'm so amazed that this was made with Dollar Tree items. Thank you all so much for coming along and joining me today. I had so much fun putting this project together. Like I said, it's one of my top 3 for sure DIYs, but I think it's kind of number 1. I just love it so much. So I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below what you want to see next, and happy crafting. Bye!